about our 250th play here at Play Pine Pint. Firstly, 250 plays, that's a lot of plays.
I know, it seems absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think when we started I thought 12 was a lot of plays.
Yeah.
But it's lovely, it's a great feeling of achievement for all the writers, all the directors, all the actors, and actually most of all the audience.
Yeah.
Because it's the audience who've sustained it.
Who've kept us going this long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a bit about what we're doing.
Well, as you know, we discovered that 250 years ago Jean-Jacques Rousseau wrote The Social Contract,
Yes.
which was perhaps the most influential document behind the French Revolution. Mm-hmm. And we thought it would be interesting to invite a group of writers to come together and create a variety show about what the social contract means to contemporary Scotland at a time when there's a great debate going on about what is Scotland's future.
Scotland's future and all that, yeah. And what's been interesting is, because it's been quite a large group of writers that we've brought together of different ages and genders and traditions, and it's been quite interesting maybe what they've brought to it, how they've interpreted it, and how,
Yes, well, the thing that I've found most interesting and most encouraging is that the number of young writers who wanted to engage with the material. Mm-hmm. And I've been in rehearsals, and it's been very much like being in a rehearsal room in the early days of 784 in Wildcat.
Yeah.
And the age differences seem to me to have kind of disappeared, although maybe that's wishful thinking.
Absolutely, they've disappeared.
And we've been trying to do something which has a serious point, but which is a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, because it's a kind of variety show, isn't it? So there's music and comedy and a madcap. Yes,
and actually I think, again, sort of talking about the past, what is very often forgotten is that the work of political companies like 784 and Wildcat was hugely entertaining.
Yeah.
It wasn't dull, didactic, whatever, you know, it was good fun. And I think this one's going to be great fun.
Good laugh, yeah.
There is some corner of a foreign field that will be forever England. Vote with your heart.
Yes, Guild features, and what about the English girl that the King of Sentimental Doggerel was always banging on about?
Oh, you mean our national bard, General?
You'll be wanting to get your greasy mitts and that, and what are you going to do about Trident?
Well,
paying for your own army,
yes,
and having an independent foreign policy. Don't make me laugh. And the ridiculous amount of public funding per capita for you subsidy junkies, sweaty socks, compared to us, swing low, sweet charioteers, heart evokers, World Cup winners. Hey, Mr. Slimy Scales, gill-featured, bug-eyed fish face.
Salmon, Jeremy. And if Scotland's such a total basket case, why are you little Englanders so nationalists, so keen to preserve the Union and hang on to us?
Pardonnez-moi. Tell us a bit more about Rousseau and the social contract, just for...
Well, he was asking the most profound questions about freedom. And freedom is not necessarily synonymous with independence in terms of nations. There are, you know, the USA won its independence from Britain, but the slaves didn't win independence or freedom. I think that's one of the concerns that is at the heart of the work. The other thing is Rousseau wrote about what he called the general will, of trying to find a system of living where people suppress some of their personal interests for the general good, as the greater good of the greater number. But then, of course, there's the question of how do you pass that on? How do you delegate that to politicians? and in delegating it, do you give it up? And that's very much another concern of people nowadays, I think, that our political system seems broken. It doesn't seem to represent us anymore. And the great extremities of wealth and poverty, which have grown so deep over recent years, creates an uncomfortable society for everyone.
But there's no, yes.
Yes, because there's no sense of belonging. Thatcher was famously trying to say there was no such thing as society, and fortunately, I don't think that was ever built into in Scotland.
No.
And again, that's another issue that's
been
in the fabric of the piece.
And we've got a whole host of performers.
Yes, huge cast.
For us, it's massive.
Five actors on stage, spectacular. And it's lovely because there's some old favourites, the people we've worked with a lot, like Dave Anderson and George Drennan.
Yep.
And there's some new faces
for us.
Julia Todevin and Brian James and Kirsten MacLean, who has worked with us, but representing the new young guns.
The youth.
Yeah.
Brilliant. All right.
And it's very, very musical.
It's very musical, and the songs are brilliant.
Yeah,
I have to say, they're really catchy.
We have keyboards, trumpets, guitar, baran,
what do you call those?
Washboard,
what do you call those?
cajon, which are these percussion boxes, and it's great fun.
Yeah. It will be a riot, I think.
I hope so, and I hope people will come and celebrate the 250th play and celebrate their achievement in keeping it going.
Keeping it going for so long. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
3, 4.
Start again.